वालेकुम फ्रेंड्स, कैसे हैं आप सब? ठीक हैं? और मैं भी ठीक हूँ अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, और उम्मीद करता हूँ कि आप सब भी ठीक होंगे। तो आज मैं इंशाल्लाह ये मेंस ब्रेन एंड वुमेंस ब्रेन का पार्ट 5 लेके आया हूँ आपकी खिदमत में, और ये उसी का आगे सीक्वल है। तो इंशाल्लाह उम्मीद है कि ये वीडियो भी आपको पसंद आएगी, इसमें आपको कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा और आप इंटरटेन भी होंगे इस वीडियो से। ये सीक्वेंस शुरू करने का मकसद ही यही था, इंटरटेनमेंट प्लस लर्निंग। और ख़ास तौर पे ये जो सीरीज़ है, ये जो मियाँ बीवी के ताल्लुकात हैं, जो मर्द औरत की लाइफ को बेहतर करने के लिए, एक दूसरे के समझने के लिए ख़ास तौर पे ये सीरीज़ मैंने शुरू की, ताकि इससे वो बहुत कुछ हस्बैंड और वाइफ एक दूसरे के बारे में, या बॉयफ्रेंड और गर्लफ्रेंड एक दूसरे के बारे में अच्छे तरीके से अंडरस्टैंड कर सकें और इन फ्यूचर अच्छी ज़िंदगी गुजार सकें। तो लेट्स कंटिन्यू। और वीडियो स्टार्ट करने से पहले आपसे एक ही रिक्वेस्ट है कि इस वीडियो को लाइक करें अगर आपको पसंद आए, और प्लीज़ चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें। लेट्स स्टार्ट।
The problem here is, guys, we get ourselves in trouble because men have this natural defense mechanism that at all costs do not stop doing what you're doing. So when someone starts talking to you, we automatically have this defense mechanism that goes, yep, and we keep doing what we're doing, and we're not, and she thinks you're listening to her, but you're not listening. You need to stop you're big boys, stop what you're doing, turn to the girl and pay attention to her. So it's not all on the ladies. You're big boys, when she starts talking, stop! Listen to the girl and then let him go back to what he was doing. Sounds fair, right? Well, I started doing this, and I thought, this is great. I'm doing a lot better. I'm watching this thing, I'm tasking. Yeah, okay, what? And then I'll say, I didn't hear that. And I'll make her back up, and she'll tell me the info, and I got it. Okay. And I thought I was doing a lot better, but still I was getting myself in trouble. She'd walk up and say, it's 6 o'clock, are you ready? For what? That happened to half you guys tonight, right? We're doing what? I told you! No, you didn't. Yes, I did. And after the races, we would go. And I thought, man, what in the world? Because I'm watching this single tasking. I don't remember her saying anything about. And I thought I was losing my hearing. So I went to a doctor. True story. I went to the doctor. And I walked in. He said, how you doing? I said, I'm okay. He said, well, what seems to be the problem? I said, well, I think I'm losing my hearing. And he says, well, you're getting up there in age, Ears are one of the first things to go. And I said, well, that's one of the first. I can handle that. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. But, so I said, well, go over to Nurse Cratchit. She'll test your ears, And so I follow the lady, and I walk into this room, and they got this cheap box on a table with some real chintzy headphones. And she says, all right, now, put on the headphones. When you hear the beep, raise your hand. If you don't hear the beep, don't raise your hand. Apparently, I look really stupid. So anyway, I turned around and we began. I said, pretty soon she goes, really, you can hear all that? I turned around and said, yeah, why? She's hitting the box. I don't know, piece of junk. What's the matter with this thing? So what's the problem? She said, according to this, you can hear what cats and dogs can hear. I don't know what the... She's hitting the box. She says, I'm going to send you to a specialist. You ever been to the specialist? They got this Yo Mama soundproof room, the thick door, You got the person, sitting behind the glass, you feel like you're in a people aquarium. sir, would you sit down? But anyway, so at the time we lived in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and right downtown Green Bay, there was a place called Eye and Ear Associates. I'd never heard of them before. I had no reason to hear from them. But she said, I'm going to send you these people. They have all this fancy equipment. And so she takes the doctor's pad and she writes eye, ear, and she abbreviates associates and hands it to me. I said, what kind of doctor is this? It's a true story. She says, what do you mean? I said, I heard of eye, ear, and throat. I never heard of this. She said, let me see that. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. So she wrote out associates. I went, okay. Thought I was going to be in for a very uncomfortable test there for a minute. So I go to the eye, ear, and, doctor, and I get in there, and I sit down, and she's behind the glass, and she has to push the button to talk. Okay, now put on the headphones. When you hear the beep, spin around, and we began. I kid you not, she goes, really, you can hear all that? I felt like a moron, all right? I take the printout to the specialist. He goes, what are you doing here? You got better ears than me. I said, I don't know, man. She says, are you ready? 6 o'clock. I just want to go get it. So I go home and I walk in the door and she says, well, what'd the doctor say? She doesn't sound like that, by the way. I say that because people used to come up to me saying, she doesn't have a voice like that. I just do it for effect. By the way, we've been married for 32 years. We have 2 grandsons. Very cool. Beautiful boys. One's 10 months old, and the other one's 8, and they are just such a delight. I love grandchildren because now it's payback. Give here. You want some more sugar? There you go. Okay. Bye. My son Philip's here with us. He's running the audio, and on our 30th wedding anniversary, Phil gives me a call up and he says, hey, Dad, 30 years. That's really something. I said, well, thank you, sir. I said, but truthfully, Phil, I said, it only feels like 10 minutes. He goes, really? I said, yeah, 10 minutes underwater. Oh, lighten up. All the girls. Oh, I can't believe he said that. What is she going to think? It's just the joke box, all right? Just a joke. So I come back from my ear thing. So, well, what they say? So, well, they said I can hear it. Cats and dogs can hear it. She says, well, it's not your problem. Your problem is just don't pay attention. And I thought, but I've been paying attention. I was watching the single tasking thing, and so I thought, I'm going to do a test. I want to see how far she gets away before I can't hear her. So the next day we're sitting in the kitchen, and she comes up, and she's talking to me, la, 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 and I go, uh-huh. And then she walks a little bit further away. She says, la, 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 la. I go, okay, I can hear that. And she goes a little further away, la, 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 la. And I just do a multitasking thing. Then she goes into the living room, And as she goes into another room, she's now on the other side of the house, still talking to me. I said, "Hey!" She yells back, "What?" I said, "I'm on the other side of the house." She goes, "You don't listen anyway." The next day, I caught her. This time she goes upstairs. She's on another floor, still giving me vital information. That
इस मामले में तो लेडीज़ की फॉल्ट निकल आई है। वाकई ये बात सही है। लेडीज़ बात का काम करते करते ना किचन से या कहीं दूर रूम है तो वहाँ से ही आपको जो है ना यानी कि कोई नेक्स्ट काम के लिए बताने लग जाती हैं। और वाकई कई दफ़ा ऐसे होता है कि हमें शायद वो नहीं सुनाई देता और हम वहाँ बैठ के अपना जो कर रहे हैं या टीवी देख रहे हैं हम उसमें मसरूफ़ रहते हैं। और फिर वो कंप्लेन करती हैं कि हमने आपको काम बताया था तो आपने किया नहीं। और हम कहते हैं हमें तो कहा ही नहीं। काफ़ी बातें इनकी ज़ाहिर बात है हमारी नॉर्मल, क्योंकि ये ज़्यादातर बातें वो कर रहे हैं जो इन्होंने अपने एक्सपीरियंस से जो गेन की हैं। जो ज़्यादातर प्रॉब्लम्स हस्बैंड वाइफ में या रिलेशन में जो ज़्यादातर प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही हैं इन्होंने उसका निचोड़ निकाल के उसमें से फिर वो आपको गाइड कर रहे हैं कि ये प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं और इनकी ये रीज़न्स होती हैं जिसकी वजह से प्रॉब्लम आती हैं। इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि आपका लाइफ पार्टनर कोई आपके ख़िलाफ़ है या कोई, ये कुछ आदत ऐसी हमारी हैं जिनको हमें थोड़ा सा सीधा करना चाहिए ताकि हमारी ज़िंदगी आसान हो जाए। यानी कि मर्द को औरत के हिसाब से थोड़ा सा एडजस्ट करना चाहिए और औरत को मर्द के हिसाब से अपने आप को एडजस्ट करना चाहिए ताकि फिर जो एक केमिस्ट्री जो है वो एक अच्छे तरीके से बन सके। तो ये वीडियो में ज़्यादा लेंथी नहीं बनाता ताकि आपका टाइम भी ज़्यादा ज़ाया ना हो और शॉर्ट टाइम में आप जो है कुछ सीख भी जाएँ और खुश भी हों। उम्मीद करता हूँ आपको वीडियो अच्छी लगी होगी। प्लीज़ लाइक दिस वीडियो एंड सब्सक्राइब माई चैनल। अल्लाह हाफिज़।